What's up, gaming heroes? Welcome back to another awesome World of Warcraft video. In today's video, I'm going to be keeping it super duper simple. We're going to look at my UI and how I keep it nice and clean, the little tricks and tips that I can pass along to you guys to give yourselves the best UI possible. I really hope that this helps you in any way, shape, and form. I'm just gonna show you little tricks that you can use for future alts as well to make things super quick and easy. I really hope this helps. Thanks so much to my wonderful patrons who continue to support me in my endeavor of becoming a full-time content creator. It's hard work, guys. It's hard work, and I'm making an awesome guide called the Daily Gold Print right now, and I'm so excited for you guys to see that. It's going to give you options for where you want to go, if you want to go down this way or that way or this way, and you can basically change depending on what type of, content you want to do in World of Warcraft to get your daily gold to easily cover your token and make a ton more gold on top. Want to check that out, check out my Patreon. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so you guys obviously know that I do streaming, I do YouTubering and everything like that, all those wonderful, glorious things. Well, a lot of the time people ask me, what ability did you use in combat? And I decided to basically get an add-on to display that. So whenever I use abilities, you guys can see it on the left of my screen. I'm just going to blast a bunch of random abilities right now. There you go, and then I can just use my mount a bunch of times, and you guys can see exactly the abilities that I use. And now this will show you the abilities I use, and then eventually it will just disappear. See? And just in due course, that will just randomly disappear, and it shows you just generally what my abilities are. Now I can move this up and down all I want, and I've got my DPS here. Now typically, if I'm doing solo content, I don't want to see a massive box of DPS. That's just annoying to me, so I end up not doing that, not showing that at all. So that add-on right there is actually the details add-on, which is really interesting. So let me just show you where that is. We've got details, but I've got the streamer plugin. This is the streamer plugin, and that allows basically this to pop up, and I just extended the box outwards so that you guys can see it, and over time this actually just disappears and you can get a good indication. If I ever die and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I pressed this button, and people are like, no you didn't, I can look here and I can see whether I died or due to not pressing that button, or if I did, Now, the other thing that I use is this weak auras. Now, I only use this if I'm trying to take the character a bit more serious. For alts, I would never ever use weak auras for alts, because they're just alts. I don't really care about them too much until they start doing Mythic Plus, or they start doing raiding or PvP, Torghast, etc, etc. So this is just a useful add-on that I use here, which basically keeps track of all my cooldowns in a really easy, simple way. Now, when you get into a bit more serious raiding, like heroic and mythic, being able to keep track of your cooldowns is a really important thing. You don't want to be having to look up here at any point. You never want to have to look up here to see the health of your health or the enemy's health. You need everything towards the center of your screen. And then typically, as a raider, you'll play like almost bird's eye, so that you can easily dodge stuff that's on the floor. So having your weak auras here allows you to check everything that's on the floor, but also allows you to keep track of your cooldowns, keep track of the boss's health, which will be just here, and then any like weak auras and extra DBMs will just pop up like around here or around here, which is completely fine with me. That's why I have weak auras, but you won't necessarily need. Now, you guys are probably asking, well, Arrow, I don't care about that. I care about your bars, and how do you make your bars so blooming pretty? Okay, chat, I hear you, no problem. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to show you a Bartender 4. Now, I have a specific video on Bartender 4, and I'm just going to quickly show you the basics of what I do. So I've got some secret bars here that you guys don't always see because my UI hides it, but this is where I keep all my consumables, my teleports, my hearthstones, my toys, everything like that. It's all just hidden away. And Bartender 4 basically allows me to control that. That's why I like it. You can see all my action bars and everything is clear just there like that. And if I wanted to hide a bar, for example, say I wanted to hide this bottom bar here, I could go to visibility and I could click fade out, and then that would fade out. And if I put my cursor over it, it would fade back in. But I'm not going to do that. I only do that for the hidden bars that I have on the sides. Easy peasy, lemon, double squeezy. All right, so that is the generally just how I go about doing my bars. The next thing is my Sexy Maps add-on. This is an awesome add-on, and this map isn't actually available here. I made this map myself. I'll show you briefly how to do that, although I do have another awesome separate video on sexy maps individually. Just if an add-on requires a bit more work, then I like to show that individually and go further into depth with that. But as this is a UI video, I'm just going to show you everything UI perspective-wise. All right. So this is the map, Sexy Maps. I've right-clicked the map, and it's great. I absolutely love this add-on. You can go ahead and you can go to border. You can go to buttons, you can go to clock, you can go to coordinates, you can go to movers. I love this movers section. So the movers section actually allows you to hide things like, you know, when you need repairs, my repairs show up here. You know, objectives, like quest objectives here. If I want to move those, I can just click that and then move it anywhere I want. I can have it up here if I want to, I can have it down here. I quite like it here. It's nice and convenient there. Works for me really nicely. And it's kind of like just off center a little bit, which I actually quite like. Kind of a weird thing. And then my debuffs are slightly down. Sometimes they're typically up here a bit further. I've got mine a little bit lower, and my debuffs a little bit further out from the map. I find it a little bit easier to keep track of that way. All right. Okay. Brilliant. That's super duper extra wonderful. Very, very pleased with that. Now, as for choosing the type of minimap that you want to actually go for, there are a bunch that you can actually go for here that are just default versions. To create your own one, you need to basically choose a default version, and then you can make changes to things like the border, the background edge, the fade, everything like that. So I've got like a circle here, as you can see. So this is actually 2 circles within itself. I've got one circle, which is runes, and then I've got another circle, which is, I think, like astral, that's like got 20% opacity. And it just slowly spins around it. You can hardly see it. It creates that kind of like uniqueness to it, which I really, really like. You can mess about with that all you want, and that's kind of what I did to create that. You can create some really interesting, unique maps, and I'm actually going to start doing that in all my alts. You know, if I've got a warrior ult, I want to have a warrior mini map and stuff like that. If I've got a death knight, I want to have a death knight. The spec dependent. If I've got a blood death knight, I want a blood mini map. That type of stuff. It's going to be really cool. So that's something I really want to look into in the future. Past that, we've got this lovely add-on here, which keeps all of my add-ons together, called Mini Map Button Bag Reborn. Blooming out, let's say that one more time. One word, Mini Map Button Bag Reborn. And that keeps all of my add-ons together super easily. Nice and conveniently. Look at that, easy peasy. That is my UI in a nutshell. I really hope this video helped you. If it did, smash the like button and click subscribe. If you've got any questions, ask in the comment section below. I will happily help you in any way, shape, and form. Just ask and try and be a bit positive if you can, guys. Really appreciate you here, Gaming Heroes, and I'll see you next time. This is Erosium, out.